If you've always wished you had superpowers since you were a child, and one day you see a shooting star in the sky, do not make that wish of having Superman powers. It would absolutely be a curse. You could imagine that all of his superpowers would make you happier, but 4 of those would make your everyday life into a living hell. Starting with super resistance, or super durability. That means nothing can kill or hurt you. Right, so forget about your BDSM fetishes, you big weirdo. You won't feel pain no more. So what's the downside for the not so kinky rest of us? Well, you're not only papercuts proof or resistant to crackheads trying to bite you, you also withstands every kind of poisons. Yes, my dear, that means you can forget about getting hammered every Friday night with the boys. You can never get drunk again. A lifetime sober isn't that bad. It's a small price to pay. Well, first, shut up, you can't even last 1 month, and second, you don't live 80 years. You got a long ass longevity, which is also a problem. And why is that, you would say, fantasizing about being immortal? Because being resistant to old age f***ing sucks if everyone else have the lifespan of a mayfly compared to you. Everyone you know and love will die, and you won't even have your first super hair on your super balls yet. Yeah, well, I'll find another soulmate and other friends. Alright, so what happens the day the entire human race gets wiped out for reasons you can't control, like climate change or shit like that? You'd just be sitting alone on an empty rock forever, and you can't even get drunk. Being the only immortal sucks, especially if the only way for you to die is to throw yourself on the sun. Ouch. Also, every part of you, every single cell is indestructible. There are not many changes you can do to your body. So you better hope to have hit the jackpot and have nice teeth, cause braces won't do anything against those bad boys. Now let's get realistic for a second. If you get as much muscle as you're strong, you'll look like a goddamn monster. And it's not like you can f***ing unmuscle yourself, you would be stuck like this. On the contrary, if life is generous and your body doesn't change after acquiring your powers, what do you do if you want to look in shape? How do you glow up? By benching f***ing tanks? You better be prepared to do the impossible task that is, accepting your own body. But let's say for the fun of it that you get the ideal muscular body you want. You can't even cut your own hair. Normal metal scissors wouldn't work against your supercells. So you have no choice but to look like Nicolas Cage. Yeah, but Superman can shave with his laser vision. Good, suppose you don't completely obliterate your house by shooting your beams on a mirror. Good luck nailing that sweet fade without looking like a complete idiot. Plus, if lasers can cut your hair, it can destroy your skin too. So try getting rid of those disgusting nails without cutting a finger. Another superpower you have is super strength. You're super strong and you can control this power. Basically, you can lift a car in the air like it's a pillow, but still be able to pet a good dog without splattering its brain all over. What's the downside? Well, first, if you're an athlete or just someone who likes to better himself by training, you've pretty much reached the top of the chain. There's no challenge for you anymore. Nothing you physically succeed now will make you proud because it won't require any effort. Like that time you helped your grandmother with her groceries and she called you a strong, handsome young man. Forget about competition or surpassing yourself, no one's ever going to want to play a sport with you, the same way you wouldn't enter a cage with Mike Tyson. Luckily, you're not into sport, you fat loser. But it's not just sports. You're fast as hell too, so you'd even beat Matt Stoney in a hot dog eating contest. You'd still get your ass whooped at Yahtzee though, but whatever. Being better than everyone at everything may sound cool, but it's actually boring. Just imagine every game you wanna play, but your opponents are always toddlers. You'd get tired of winning real quick, they would be too much winning! Second reason a super strength will suck is, everyone around you is vulnerable. How is that a problem if you can control your strength? Well, you can, but that doesn't mean you will. In your long lifespans of thousands of years, there's a pretty high chance you snap and turn into a complete despot, especially if you get into politics. Now stay with me, you have the ability to crush anyone's skull. All you need is one bad day, one asshole who ticks your nerves, because controlling your tantrums is not part of your superpowers. But I never get angry. Buddy, you destroy a new controller every time you get trolled online. Imagine if you had godlike powers. The point is, too much power can mess with your mind. And there is no one on earth that can stop you from making really bad mistakes. Kryptonite doesn't exist, so the absence of consequences make atrocious acts more appealing, especially if you get into politics. Maybe I will enjoy ruling the world with an iron fist and doing everything I please. Really? Well, if that's your thing, you don't need godlike powers to be a madman tyrant despised and feared by everyone. Just be a Discord moderator. Now, suppose that you never become evil. Suppose that you swear to protect the innocent for the remainder of your long life and you stay good, no matter what. Two superpowers will make that task extremely difficult for you. Your super speed and your enhanced senses. If you can travel as fast as Superman, which is basically faster than the speed of light, then you must also somehow see faster than the speed of light and act accordingly. Your reaction time must be as fast as you are, or else you'd just be running into everything, which would suck. That ultimately means your mind can process trillions of information per second. You could basically watch the entirety of One Piece in a day without skipping the shitty fillers. Now let's add that to your super senses, which are: you can see through basically anything with your X-ray vision. Yes, you pervert, anything. You can hear a fly buzzing into someone else's ear. Just imagine the pain. You can see your missing father getting that milk he went to buy 15 years ago from the other side of the country. Now imagine all those senses, all those stimuli coming from kilometers around processed in a matter of seconds. And you can't even get drunk. But Superman can concentrate, ignore all those sensory perceptions and activate them when he wishes. But if you want to be the good guy, always on duty, ready to help, you can't really ignore the guy getting beat up in the next block, or the single mother of three deliberately not paying rent to the hard-working landlord. Every time you decide to just ignore those stimuli because you want to have a life and enjoy some time for yourself, a pit bull named Tinky Winky might devour your neighbor's newborn and get indigestion. Right now, being powerless, we can at least use our mind by saying, meh, of course there are warrant people getting tortured somewhere in the world, but I'm useless anyway. As Superman, you know that something is happening and you know that you can help in an instant. So every injustice in the world will be your burden to bear. You would have two choices. Always help and not have any time for your own mental health and relationships? Because, Superman or not, there's no way to stop all crime for eternity. There'll always be someone somewhere needing help. Or you can just choose to don't give a f and be an accomplice that is willfully blind. But good luck sleeping at night, because did I mention you can never get drunk? Of course, this is all hypothetical. Of course, I made a whole ass video of a scenario that will never happen to you. But just in case, find another wish. Like cure diseases or world peace. Nah, f it. Wish to be a millionaire like everyone else. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to not miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching and have a great night.